What is going on, Phantom Army? It is your boy Phantom Stilts, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the 2 Cents Review Series. Today we're going to be looking at Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands that drops on the 7th of March. I could not be more excited for this game, guys. Make sure you pre-order it because I can tell you right now, from everything that I've seen with trailers and revealed trailers and gameplay trailers, the game looks absolutely fantastic. But without any further ado, we're going to talk about 4 different points about what I think about this game and what I think it's going to hold for us when it drops on the 7th of March. So let's get right into the episode. Now, the first point I want to get into is obviously the campaign, the meat and cheese of the actual game. Now, taking down the Santa Blanca cartel and all of their means of obtaining power is going to be your main objective or main story in Ghost Recon Wildlands. You take control of the series stable Ghost Recon military unit, and you're dispatched to help alleviate the hold that this Santa Blanca drug cartel, this drug cartel that has been using fear and just terroristic tactics on Bolivia and more importantly South America to take control of this area and all of its surrounding countries. So the cartel has been using fear and terror to take control of the area and the people, and in order to satisfy their need for power, and it's your job as the Ghost to stop their reign of terror and this drug cartel that is basically taking over this entire country, and more importantly might even take over South America. So that's what's going on with the campaign. Now, the second point I want to get into is the open world. Now, this is the first Tom Clancy game to have an open world aspect, and I'm interested to see what they do with it because no Tom Clancy, like I said before, this is the first one to have an open world aspect. Now, this could come off really well, it could come off really crappy. It just really depends on how they execute the open world aspect. Now, you don't want it to be too big because an open world sometimes can be daunting and can be really, really overwhelming, but I think they're going to do a great job. With everything that I've seen from trailers and stuff that they've done with reviews and things like that, it looks like they're doing this open world right, and it's not going to be too big, it's not going to be too small, it looks like it's going to be just right, and I think that's really important. The biggest thing that they can do with this open world is execute. So if they don't execute this open world in a way that seems realistic and isn't too daunting but isn't too minuscule as well, I think that's going to be really, really important when it comes to doing this open world right. Now, the third point I want to get into is the fact that there is actually an open beta testing, a technical test that's going to drop on the 23rd of February of this month. Now, I know I'm going to be playing that open beta because I really want to get my hands on this game and get hands-on with the controls and the story and everything like that. I'm sure it's just going to be a couple training missions, just a little sort of introduction into the game. It's not going to be any story missions. I'm sure I would be really surprised if they did that, but it might even be as far as a multiplayer open world beta. It might not even be story-based. It might just be, sort of like they did for For Honor. If you guys played the For Honor beta for Ubisoft, it was, a little introduction on how the controls work, and then you were right into playing multiplayer or whatever you wanted to do inside of multiplayer. So whether they do a multiplayer beta or they give you a couple story missions to do, a little minuscule story missions, that remains to be seen. But like I said, the open beta that I'm going to be playing and probably streaming on the channel as I did for Honor, it'll probably be either one of those two things. It'll be either a multiplayer beta or it'll be a campaign beta, but it won't be any story missions, won't be anything that gives anything away. So that drops on the 23rd of February, so stay tuned for that. That probably will be streamed on my channel, so stay tuned for all that stuff coming up. Last but not least, I want to talk about the multiplayer aspect. Now, you have an open world, but will the maps be open world? How much will it be like a Battlefield thing where it's like a 64 by 64 multiplayer battles? I don't think that's what they're going to do because I think Battlefield has sort of made that their staple, and I don't think anybody can really touch that and do it as well as Battlefield. But I'm curious to see how they'll do it. If it'll be, obviously it might be squad like they'd kind of do with Gears of War, where it'll be like a 4v4 or a 6v6 or an 8v8, something like that, or maybe even a 10v10 depending on the game mode. But I'm really interested to see how this game comes off. I'm really excited for it when it comes out on the 7th of March. And the game looks absolutely fantastic to me. Like I said, with my overall feeling about this game, the game looks absolutely phenomenal. I think they're doing a really, really good job of bringing the Tom Clancy, sort of Ghost Recon moniker that they've always carried with Ghost Recon and Tom Clancy games. But I'm sort of iffy about the open world. I want to see how they take it. I want to see how they sort of build that into how the game's going to work. If they take a really, really daunting approach and make it really, really huge, or they sort of take a minuscule approach and try to sort of stay safe. But like I said, from everything that I've seen so far, it looks like they're going to do it just right. So that is my 2 cents review on Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure to stay tuned for all the news on the beta for when I'm going to be streaming it on my channel, because I want to play with you guys, and I might even open stream that. I might even open beta that and open stream it for you guys so you guys can play along with me. But stay tuned for all those things coming up. I might even make an event for it, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for all those details. And when the beta drops on the 23rd, maybe I'll be able to play with some of you guys. So like I said, that is my 2 cents review on Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe so you guys don't miss any new content of this series, the 2 cents review series, as well as other gameplay series on the channel. As always, this is your boy Phantom Stilts. I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.